Yo, 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 what's good, my family? Once again, it's your boy, A.E.P, the Muddy Professor, and here I am, back again with another video. So, lately I've been talking about this code, right? So, well, I'm gonna try to explain a little something and how I figured out that there was even a code. It was through letters. So, as you can see, I have the alphabet here. And it's broken down into different colors, and these colors go into different categories. I'm explaining this. So through my research, I had came to discover that many letters that are in our 26 letter alphabet used to represent a different letter or the same sound as different letters, right? So with that knowledge, with learning this and learning the connections, I've broken down the whole 26 letter alphabet into 3 letters. Those 3 letters are A, V, and X. Okay? So with these 3 letters, I call these 3 letters the 3 letters of creation. How did I come to this? Well, I'm explaining. I've noticed that all vowels can go into one category. I put H and Y into there because Y most of the time acts like a vowel. And H acts like a vowel in many words, like in honor or honesty. And in the Spanish language, it definitely acts like a vowel in many, like, because it's like a silent letter. You understand? But it acts like a vowel. I've even noticed, even in our own English language, like, okay, so when we refer to a vowel, we say an A, an E, right? We'll use an for that, right? Well, a lot of times, like an honorable person, an honest person, we'll say an because that starts with a vowel sound, right? I notice in words like historic and stuff like that, I've seen that use the N used before that word. And we won't normally use N, we'll use that in consonants. Like we'll say a B, a house, things like that, right? But a lot of times I see N in front of the H. So like I said, man, I put H into that category for me. And why do I put A at the top of this category? Because I've noticed that A, whether it's in English or if it's in a different language, makes every one of these sounds. It can make every one of those sounds, right? One thing about vowels too is a vowel could stand alone by itself. All by itself, it could be a word all by itself. Like A is a word all by itself. Or vowels like when you're spelling a vowel, like E, I, right? They only use vowels to be spelled. Whereas consonants need a vowel in order to make a word. All right? So that's the difference between the vowels and the consonants, and why I chose A to head that. Now, as far as consonants, I chose V to head this because many of these letters once upon a time made the same sound as V. In Spanish language, B and V are interchangeable. Where words like veinte, we say veinte, but it's really veinte. We say viejo, but it's viejo. All right. P, I put P in there because a lot of times, once again in Spanish, words that start with P are many times mistaken in English for starting with B, with names like Pito, stuff like that. So it makes like a B sound in English, but it's actually a P. Same sound, same letter. This is how I've come to this, right? N. Why N? Well, because in Spanish, once again, N, a lot of times in words like mañana or nieves, makes like a Y sound. And once upon a time, Y and V would stand in for the Y sound. And notice the similarity in shape. This is because they used to be similar. They used to be, represent the same sound. V also represented the same sound as W. You see how W is called a W, but it looks like two V's together? Well, once upon a time, V also made a vowel sound, the U sound. This is why U also has a similar shape to V. Okay? In the Latin language, V was interchangeable with U. Once upon a time, believe this or not, the word vowel, when you sound out the word vowel, V made every single sound in that word. Vowel, vowel, and even made, like, you could kind of hear Y in there. L. Well, okay, let's go to R first. R. V, v, is similar sound, different accent, which turn these letters into different letters. So that's how the letters became different letters, because it's through accents. All right, so B might be, a different accent of the same sound as V. Well, they both came from the same sound, but ended up becoming two different, completely different letters. That's what happened with W and V, R and V. R, once again, like I said, R makes the same sound as V, same sound, same letter. L and R in Spanish are interchangeable. When in the sound, when you hear words like gordo, okay, like things like a lot of times two L's together make a Y sound. Okay. F is in here because F, once upon a time, wasn't even a letter at all. If you notice in the language and you notice all the proper names, if they have an F sound in them, it's with a PH. So F came from P. And if P sounds like B and V are the same, are the same sound, all these letters are related to each other. M is actually two N's put together. Okay? Then we come over to this one category I like to call the shapeshifters. I had this one with X. Why do I do that? Because going back to Spanish once again, in Spanish, G, H, J all make a H sound, a H sound, but so does X sometimes. In words like Mexico or Don Quixote, these are that H is made with the H. I mean with the X. Okay? And if you notice, H and X almost look similar in shape. Okay? Once upon a time, though X in Chinese language makes a sh sound or zh sound. Well, I spoke in my other video how that zh sound comes from this DZ right here. So the letters D literally came out of that sound. Z came from that sound. Okay? You have the zh sound. Sh, all these sounds came out of that sound. Sh, st, k, ch, dr, tr. All these came from that. All right. So all of anything relating to these sounds goes into this category. All right. T, once upon a time, T and D were the same sound. All right. When in Spanish, once again, Chinese language, once again, T makes like a th sound or th sound. It sounds like a D. This is because they used to represent the same sound. It's just different accents. Turn these into different letters. Okay. In X, in the actual X, right? You hear the S there. You hear the K there. S and C, they make a similar sound sometimes, but C and K also make a similar sound. K and Q, similar sound. S and Z, all right? Why is Y here? Because sometimes in words like Johann, right? In different languages, this will be pronounced as Johann, all right? So why the J makes a Y sound? Well, Y falls into this category. And we spoke about before how J makes the J sound on his own in French words. All right. So this is how I came to my categories. And this is how I broke down the entire 26 letter alphabet into just three letters. All right. And what I found out is, we'll talk about this later, but these letters, any of these letters in these categories could be changed out for any one of these other letters. And we're going to play around with these letters later on. I'm going to show you certain things, amazing things that I found out when doing this, okay? But first, I would like to focus on these 3 letters that I call the 3 letters of creation. All right. Well, I'm going to break this video down into a couple videos or whatever. So I'm going to end this here with the AVX. I spoke about how we got to the AVX, and now we're going to talk about the AVX in my next video. Alright, it's amazing, so stick around. To be continued. It's your boy, A.E.P, the Muddy Professor, and I'll see y'all later. I love y'all. Peace and blessings, and until next time, peace.